trying to make this butcher block here. You know what a lot of people don't understand? I don't think, I don't think they understand how much time that goes into these. Get laid open, tear your hands all to pieces. Look at that. That's my hands, man. That's not filth. That's wear and tear. I mean, that's just how it goes. You destroy yourself. But it's kind of crazy. What I'm getting at is you set jigs up and everything, right? And you cut them. Everything looks good. You put it together, and something tells you to hold off. Don't glue it. Don't glue it. Don't glue it. And you're like, what? I want to get this done. I have to get this done. I got to hurry to get this done. And, just say 2 days later, you go to glue it together, day and a half, whatever, next day, and everything's out of whack. Do you know why that is? Because it wasn't dry. The bad part is I have a meter. The meter said it was at 10%. And what's crazy is I even tested a meter on a bed that I've had for 3 years that I built. I tested it on it and it showed it was at 10%. I said, boy, daggone, it's been in my house for 3 years. I know that oak is dry by now. So I was like, that'd be a good gauge, It'd be a good way to gauge off. To know that that the meter's probably off by at least 2% because it should be at least 8, It's never been wet. It's in a room. It's around heat. Blah, 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 because it's winter. And by golly, now I'm having to go through every single one of these little daggone things, sand them, put it in, and try to make sure they all line up to where, to where I think you can see that. I don't know why this light is changing like that, but you see, you got to get them to where they're like that when they was like that. And it's like, dang, what the heck, So you got to get it to where it's like that. So my thing is, what I'm saying, what this is about. Before you do your finalization, do never, ever, ever, ever make your final cut. Always leave room. Always. Because for one, wood is not cheap. Unless you're getting your wood for free. How, I do not know. Always make sure you leave room. Leave a little bit of room. At least a 1/16 of an inch or something. So that way you can go back, cut, sand, something, anything. Because I'm doing this for someone really special in my life. That's why I'm building this butcher block for. I will definitely, post the finalization. But I wanted to make a different channel, okay, people? But for some reason, YouTube is not letting me use or create a different channel for some reason. It's not giving me the option. So that's why this is going along with the old channel. So I'm going to do what I can do, what I have to do. I don't know what else to do, for now, until I can get it all figured out. I don't know. Maybe it's where I'm using my phone instead of a laptop or desk or whatever. Which I don't have a desk, but I do have a laptop, but I'm having issues on my laptop. But what I'm saying is, before you finalize, make sure that it is dry. The best way to make sure that it's dry is take your wood before you finalize it. Put it where you've got like the heat or a lot of air movement, anything. See, now I had that in my garage. I had all of that. I had the kerosene heater hooked, turned on. It was cranking, for at least 16 hours a day. The dehumidifier was always on. Everything always was, looking good, working out, but yeah, no, it wasn't. So now I am sitting here 2.5 weeks. Yes, I am 2.5 weeks behind on this simple project. To me, it's simple. I've been a carpenter for 40 years. This is it's time consuming, and it's not. To me, it's not complicated. Some people, it is complicated. It takes a lot. It does take a lot of time, a little bit, work. A lot of sawdust. It takes a whole lot of sawdust. It's just I don't get it. It should have been dry. What my issue was is the walnut, and I do know walnut does have an issue for drying because it is kind of porous. So what little bit of moisture that it can lose, it can also regain. Oak is pretty much the same. Different types of oak. There's a lot of wood out there that's just about the same. It's all beautiful wood. I really don't care. I just know that no matter how long you've done something, you're always learning. There's always something coming up to show you that, hey, you don't know anything. You got a long way to go. But it's going to be a pretty big one. I mean, it's not massive. It's going around, the finalization should be around 19 inches by 28 inches. Around about that. I might cut it down to, I gotta watch how I cut it, because as you see the patterns, you don't want it to look like trash no matter what. I mean, whatever my finalization cut is on one side, I gotta make sure it is the same on the other three, so they all look symmetrical, because we do not want it to look stupid. Yeah, it's just the best way to know that it's dry is do use a monitor. Try to figure out how much that monitor is off. It's really nice if you got somebody that has one that you can compare it with. The one I have, I haven't messed with it enough to see if it is calibratable. I don't know if you can calibrate it. But I know this really hindered me, because also, not only that, I did have a couple of the smaller ones, like where I had to split. I didn't want to, but I had to. I had to put split pieces in. I did not want it to be that way. I wanted it to be all solid. I wanted it to be 100% solid. But that's basically when I really knew that it wasn't working the way I wanted it to work out. And the Fool's not working out well either, because by the time I get done, it's just going to be all piled up. I'll end up tearing it off, and it'll be wood on wood with the glue stuck to the wood, and I'll just have to bust it off. So, and it's all going to go through anyway on the router sled that I still yet got to assemble. Luckily, I do have everything though. Because I do not have a planer big enough for that. I've only got a 12-inch, so I just try to figure out a way to where you can check yours, or definitely get one. At least have one does give you an idea, and try to be able to check it or something. If not, make sure you leave room. Make sure you put it in a place where you know it's going to get dry. And leave yourself, if anything, a few days. Always. And if it's an order, make sure you give yourself a few weeks. Because I jumped the gun. I could have had this done in 2 to 3 days. I told my brother I would have it to him in a week. And now it is week 2.5. So that makes me look like a fool. That's just the way it goes. Do not put the cart before the horse. So have a good one. Please keep that in mind. Watch your moisture. Leave a little extra room. So that way you don't do all of this work right here and have to just start all over again. See you on the next one.